to the one game night. So we do again.
Hey.
Go ahead and let us know. Aaron's also got the laptop in front of him, so we can kind of with you.
Where do we start? Well, they went down 3-0.
Yeah.
And that was pretty quick. And yeah.
Okay, cool.
We went down. Oh boy, here we go. This is one of those games against the Knights where they just score on the counterattacks, and I actually missed all the goals because I was putting. And then they scored another one to go 4-3. So, but it was great that they battled back and they were able to get 3. Well, he's not playing terrible, but and he's doing enough to get the win today. But he's not being as dominant as he used to be.
Yeah, I mean that was for me the takeaway from the. Okay, the takeaway from the first period was, it did suck getting down 3-0, and right away, everybody who went to this game is going, "Oh my God, I paid for this ticket,"
Yeah.
And then they start chipping away, and like resilience, it showed that they weren't giving up. They just kept pounding away at getting back into the game, and they were able to do that in the first period. So they really gave themselves a chance to win. Unfortunately, it didn't play out that way. I think they had some other really good chances. I think at one point we had 10 shots to 1 in the third period at some point.
Yeah, but they scored on the one goal.
They scored on that
or
one
the
goal.
Shot.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, I think it was a good effort all around. Unfortunately, they just came up short.
There was a controversy in this game.
Oh.
Was there not?
Well, there's a couple, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
One of them was Couture.
Yes.
What was the other one?
Well, I was going to say there's probably a perceived goalie controversy now.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That one.
You go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to see it.
Oh, that's right. You were putting the kids out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Couture, basically a shock area of the ice. He's not in the blue paint.
Mm-hmm.
And Fleury's feet are outside. They're in the white. And as Couture looking back over his shoulder, so there's nothing intentional. He's in the white space. He's entitled to that space. And he bumps Fleury. So they end up calling that goalie interference. Well, everybody wants them to say, well, wait a minute, the shot went in. It's not goalie interference. It should be no goal, goalie interference, not reviewable.
Right.
So if that was something that I understand that we're perceiving it as a penalty, but it was something that would have resulted in a goal if we got this wrong. Get in mind that, if you open it up to everything, they'd still only have one challenge. So if you want to waste a challenge on whether or not something is a penalty, go right ahead. And then you lose that challenge or that ability to challenge
and
if it's something that's
right?
a goal. Yeah,
or you get a penalty.
Timeout, whatever the case may be. So I think that's something maybe they'll look into. Who knows?
I think that needs a little bit of revamping in the offseason. But Fleury plays this way all the time. This is kind of his MO. Is he plays very aggressively on top of the paint and kind of bumps into guys, pushes them, tries to do whatever. And I think he gets a lot of calls, and I think he gets a lot of respect in the league because he's got 3 cups for one.
Yeah.
He's won. He's a good goalie, but I think he gets those calls, and it's really frustrating. I get really frustrated, and
Hey,
I think the
Sean
Sharks do
Savage.
too. What?
Right there.
Hey, what's that?
That is a super chat for $1 from Sean Savage. Thank
Hey,
you very much.
Wow.
Sean Savage, thanks.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it,
and
buddy.
we're working on. There's still a lot of calls for a little bit laggy here. We're working on latency. I think everyone's trying to share the Wi-Fi around here. So, so I cut the video for over here at least for Mike.
Okay.
So that's one less thing to worry about.
Sure.
Should I take mine off?
No, you can leave yours on.
Trying too many things at once. Too many new things.
Yeah, as you guys can tell, we're trying a few different things now. We've got the ability to kind of cut back and forth live now, which is nice. We've got multiple cameras that we're using. We're getting Joe in here now as well because a lot of the times when Joe's here, we're all sitting here going like this and talking to Joe. Like Aaron's looking that way too, and it's just kind of weird. So we're thinking if we can kind of keep our focus over towards you guys and then have Joe on his own camera, that'd be great. So we've kind of integrated that ability as well. So some technical stuff going on.
All right, some goalie controversy coming
Yes.
up. Who do you start in Game 3?
Oh, I still start Jones.
Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky?
Go home. Go home.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's been funny to say.
I still stick with Jones. I think Dell did an okay job, but he didn't steal. He didn't do enough to steal the game. In fact, he got the loss because the Sharks scored enough goals to wipe out what Jones had given up.
Yeah.
So Dell ends up getting the loss.
Yeah.
I think Dell looked pretty bad on one of the breakaway goals.
Yeah.
He just got beat. He was flat-footed, and the guy, I think it was Carlson, he just went right around him.
Yeah.
And scored a goal. So I think I don't think Dell is the answer. I think you stick with Jones, and I think he bounces back in Game 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, all things all things considered, I mean, you've got Jones who got 3 goals scored against him, yes, but then Dell gave up 2 goals as well. So, and I would argue the goals that got put in on Jones, I mean, the first one was a double screen from his own players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How you have 2 teal jerseys stacked up perfectly in front of you like this, I mean,
So stupid.
that's ridiculous to me, right? It's not just one person's fault; it's 2 people's fault, right? To be stacked up right in front of your goalie like that, either you block the shot if you're going to be in front of him, or you get the heck out the way. That's the way I see it. So that first goal, I don't want to sound like a Jones apologist or anything, but I have a hard time faulting him for stuff like that.
I just still think Jones is a better goalie than Dell.
Yeah, sure.
I think the Sharks Jones gives a better chance for the Sharks to win than Dell does.
Sure.
Especially in the playoffs.
No, I agree. Yeah. The second one was the 2-on-1.
Yep.
Right. So, and that was shorthanded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one was shorthanded.
2-on-1 shorthanded, right? I mean, that was a bad pass. I can't remember who made the pass, but it was trying to hit Burns, I believe, at the point. And I mean, you just got to know that the guy's coming out of the box and he's coming, because it was 5-on-3.
Yeah.
And he came out of the box and he picked it up and he got a 2-on-1 on a 5-on-4.
We knew that the Vegas was going to come out on the penalty kill,
Mm-hmm.
looking for shorthanded goals.
And I think you guys were telling me, because I'm only a little bit here, but the Vegas's game plan is to just basically stop or play D, and then go look for that breakaway. So
Counterattack,
it's like
basically.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can't just let them feed off that. If you're cheating into the offensive zone, you need to know that, okay, hey, Carlson or Burns or whomever is jumping up, I need to drop back so that they don't get this breakaway if the puck gets out, right?
Yeah.
Or be better at possession, but that's like, how are you going to do
Well,
that?
the thing that kills me is on that 5-on-3, it's like it was pass.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger, boys.
I noticed tonight they were not moving their feet or skating as hard
Yeah.
as they used to, or they did in Game 1. I thought Game 1 they did a great job of skating hard and skating fast and being quick, which was one of the things that they broke down after the game, was that they were playing quick, not necessarily faster or speedier, but quicker, and it put Vegas on their heels, and they couldn't handle it. And this game, the Sharks looked like they were coasting a lot more on their skates. They weren't skating as hard. To me, Erik Karlsson looked like there was a couple plays where it was coming back the other way, and he was not skating hard coming back. And I don't know if it was because he was hurt or he was lazy, but I don't think he's lazy. I think he was overly tired, because at that point I think Vlasic was out of the game. So he's just not used to those minutes yet, those heavy minutes, because he didn't play the last 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, it could be. And again, we saw it in the first game where we're looking at him going, he doesn't look like he's skating 100%. But even then, an 80% Erik Karlsson, he picked up a couple of apples on that one too. So, I'll take what I can get from him. But at the same time, gosh, you really hope that, there's nothing wrong with this guy and that's going to get worse as the playoff rounds continue. This is, again, where we were talking about, does it make more sense to suit up Joakim Ryan and play him for 3 to 5, whatever it was, minutes a night, or does it make more sense to dress Tim Heed?
Yeah.
Well, in this case, unfortunately, you've got Ryan playing on the left side. You've got Vlasic playing on the left side. Ryan, you don't trust. Vlasic got injured. The only other guy you got out there now is Dylan, that plays normally on the left-hand side. So,
Real quick, I want to interrupt you and say thank you very much, Misfit, for the $10 super chat.
whoa!
Yep. And he says, shoot!
Yeah.
Yes. Shoot
Get it
the
in there.
puck.
I will say this because you're saying, like, maybe Karlsson was a little bit tired, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many power plays did we have tonight?
Was it
8
9
or 9?
9 by the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of power play time. And the unfortunate thing is you only capitalize on one of those.
And I talked about this. I tweeted about this, actually. There it is. Misfit. Hey, thanks. I tweeted about this
thank you,
during
man.
the third period that you're going to see this a lot more now. The Vegas Knights are scoring more on the penalty kill than giving up. They're going to take a lot more penalties because they know the Sharks cannot score on the power play.
Yeah.
Or they haven't been. So why
if you
stop
don't make
what
if you
they're
don't make
doing?
them pay?
Right. So they're just going to keep going, and they're going to keep hitting them. So you're going to see a lot more dirtier plays, I think. I think if you notice, like, if the Sharks kind of get on a 2-on-1 or they kind of get a little break, they're going to hook them. They're going to slash them. They're going to do everything they can so they can't get the shot off, because they know they're going to either score a goal on the penalty kill or kill the penalty. It's better than giving up a goal. So it's going to get dirtier, and just it's frustrating. It's frustrating when the Sharks get that many power play opportunities and they don't bury them, because they should punish the team that is doing that to them. That strategy just should not work, and it's working.
Yeah. I was saying, getting the thing up. But anyway, yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. If that's the case, if they're looking at us and going, okay, they just can't get it done on the power play, then it doesn't really matter if we're, committing a penalty, especially when that penalty is breaking up an opportunity to really put the puck in the net. Then, hey, why not, right? So, but again, Misfit, again, thank you for the 10. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, shoot the puck, man. I think a lot of that stems from us not really having a trigger man on our power play. We've got LeBanc on the right-hand side. He's a right-hand shot. There's no one-timer there.
Zach Croft says you counted actually 20 passes on the power play.
Okay, and Zach, first of all, hello, Zach. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, stay out of the box. That's right. But no, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, and I know you've counted the passes before, but I've seen your tweets. And yeah, they pass a ridiculous amount of times, and it's unfortunate because
especially on a 5-on-3, you need to get pass shot, pass shot,
net.
Back and forth and get that shot off quick.
See, what I don't understand, and you've said it before too, and it's worked before. Go ahead and say it then, because you know what I'm going to say.
Put Burnsy in the Ovechkin slot right there.
And put Carlson at the point and just let him feed him and just boom.
I thought you were going to say elevate.
Elevate too. But no, just seriously, just take railgun shots from the left-hand side with Burnsy's shot. Yep. And just be done with it.
Everyone knows it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
Well, for Ovechkin, yes.
Well, even for Burns, when he was posted
we don't know
because
we don't see it.
Well, we saw it earlier this season.
Yeah.
When I said they should do it, like the next game or two, they did it, and I'm like, come on.
But that's my biggest problem with our power play is like it seems like we rely on a lot of passing back and forth, which is okay because that's how you get the goaltender moving, and that's your best opportunity to put the puck in is when the goaltender is not set. I get that. But for me, I would much rather not have the goalie set and then pound in a one-timer, even if it's from farther out, because I know what they like to do. They like to do the little play where they go across like LeBanc and LeBanc looks cross-ice.
Yep.
Or they try to do that play where they start on the left-hand side. I think it's usually like Jumbo's on the boards there, and then they pass it down to Pavelski and then back in the center to Hurdle, or whoever is posting up in the slot right there. And that little play tends to work out pretty well too, but I would rather see a trigger man. I want somebody who's going to be, pounding the net, pass it across, and it's like as soon as it gets to the bank, he's not shooting it. He's going to gather it, skate in because he can't one-time it from there.
Real quick, greetings from Sweden from, I'm going to say it's Jens, Jens. Jens, that sounds right.
Okay.
Going back to Zach Croft, let's see. You had posted, do you switch out Ryan and bring in Middleton or Heed?
I think that's also in reference to... Also, who's your defenseman if Vlasic's out as well?
Yeah, if Vlasic's out, I mean, obviously, DeBoer's picked to Joachim Ryan as the guy he's going to suit up here, right? That's the guy he wants to suit up. So if Vlasic is out,
who do you bring in?
You have to bring in. I would think you have to bring in Middleton. If he wants to have Joachim Ryan there, you have to bring in Middleton.
I almost think you take out Ryan and put in Heed and Middleton.
You can, but then again, you're running with 2 left-handers and 4 right-handers. If that was the case, why bother playing Joachim Ryan? Why not just slot Heat in when Vlasic is healthy?
Well, tonight they had 3 right-handers and 2 left-handers. Once Vlasic went out. Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, to start the game, they dressed 3 and 3.
No, I understand.
Yeah, but they didn't start the game until 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
That 6th defenseman is going to get 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now, here's the thing. If that 6th defenseman that gets 5 minutes is still Joachim Ryan, then you've got Tim Heed as a right-hander. That's 4 right-handers and then 1 lefty in Dylan, right? So it's a debacle. It's a little bit of a weird one. So I don't know. I think you kind of have to start Middleton in there along with Ryan.
Where do you go 7th defenseman?
You could go a 7th defenseman where the defensemen seem to be dropping like flies. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it just seems like every time we play, for a couple of weeks, we lose a defenseman. And
if you think about it too, like at least in my unprofessional assertion of the whole idea, we have very offensive defensemen.
Yeah.
So dress more defensemen. That way you can cover an injury better, or if it's a game where you need to buckle down and play defense, okay.
Well, you can use Heed as a power play specialist for that second power play too.
Yeah.
Give him more minutes on the power play than you would on 5-on-5.
Yeah, I mean, I like Tim Heat on the power play. He's no Erik Karlsson, he's no Brent Burns, but he's absolutely capable of helping run that unit. So,
yeah, cool.
I'm not saying I'm not at all advocating for Ryan over Heat. I'm saying realistically, if Pete DeBoer is already playing Joachim Ryan instead of Heat, and he's only giving Ryan 3 to 5 minutes, he's gonna pick Ryan again.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Isaiah Wentz. Couture had a tough night tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what happened. You know, I mean, I know what happened, but I don't know the extent of the damage that happened.
So,
but he did come back.
The way I put it up there was in game 1, Pavelski lost his chiclets. In game 2, Couture lost his giblets.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's
Well,
pretty bad.
and they also, I mean, like we were talking like just before this is, you got a couple phantom calls. Like both guys, Pavelski had a really rough game 1. Couture had a really rough game 2.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy you posted early on social. I can't remember which one it was. You reposted the Sharks' new neon sign for Pavelski. And
Joe had a really good idea here, and I'll give you full marks for it. Do you want to say it?
Jason Hillier, $2.
Hey,
Jumbo
thanks,
game
Jason.
tying goal appreciation post.
Appreciate that, buddy.
But
do you want to say it?
no, go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
sure? Okay, so and full credit to Joe on this one. So Joe said, remember when the day after when Pavelski got hit in the face, they had the neon of Pavelski
Right behind
getting hit in the face. What? This one? No.
Well, I
It
mean, it's Pavelski.
Yeah, but it was a neon of him getting hit in the face and like it was animated, so it was like puck, then it was like this, and then like it was in the goal, and there was like teeth, like neon teeth, like flipping out there over there, and so Joe's going, so what do they do for Couture? Do you think they do a neon where it's like puck, and then
I mean, it's a heck of a block. You know,
Yeah.
you know what? It was not a heck of a block. It was a horrible block. Look at the way that he squats down. It's like you're asking to get hit there, dude.
It almost, actually, you know what it kind of reminds me of now that I think about it? It almost reminds me of the Thornton celebration, right? The hat trick celebration.
Okay.
He got real low, one leg out, you know? Anyways, I wanna call out Pilskid19. Stayed up all night for this game. The game here in Sweden started at 4:40 a.m.
Wow.
So for the refs to decide the game, it makes me crazy. I think I need to go sleep for 10 hours to calm down.
Yeah.
And I will say this though, while the refs did decide that game, if you just looked again at like penalty minutes, I mean, if you look at the stats sheet, the Sharks should have won that game. They had
You could
better
say that about
face-offs,
most-
they had better hits, they had more shots, they had way more penalty opportunities.
If you look at the stat sheet on most games and just flat out, if you just look at the roster against most teams, the Sharks should win that game.
On paper, they should win most games.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Now, whether that's on paper just being the roster or if that's on paper being the stat sheet paper, right? Most times they look like they ought to win that game.
Yep.
Tonight, maybe you can tell in that they only had 1 goal on 9 power play opportunities. They let in 2 shorthanded goals. Maybe they didn't deserve to win this one, you know? But again, the fact that they went down 3 goals right away and they didn't just roll over, they stormed right back and tied it up and said, okay, we're back in this game now, right?
Yeah, end of 1, it was basically a 2-period game.
Yeah.
You play 40 minutes of hocky.
Yeah.
Right, and period 2 looked great.
I mean,
aside
4-3,
from
it's a
controversial
one-goal game.
stuff.
It's a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
Right? What I just saw.
For as much as you want to scream at Jones
Don
for not
scored.
shutting the door and then Dell let 2 more of them in, I mean, like you said, Fleury let 3 of them in, and he let them in a flurry. Like they happened.
They tied it up.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was 5-0 and he let in 3.
Yeah.
He let them back in the game. So I think
He's
still don't think-
solvable.
he's solvable, and I think he's still a little rattled. I don't think he's quite settled and quite as, his normal dominant self in a way. Granted, he did shut the door in the 3rd period, but I think Vegas Knights just kind of clamped down too. Like they were stuff in the middle. So
And McNabb had a really nice little block too. Fleury was way off on the right hand side, and the shot came through, and McNabb just dropped a knee or something like that, and just happened to block it. I mean, if that one goes in, we're talking a completely different game at this point, right? The emotions swing back and forth, So
I think the Sharks need to do that more. Huh?
So I was gonna say that's what they call it, a game of inches, because it's like, what if just another,
I think because Fleury is so aggressive, he comes off of his line a lot and challenges the shooter. I think what the Sharks have done well or could do better at going in this series especially is looking to, instead of shoot on Fleury when he's out, to make that pass across, or shooting wide that it bounces behind the net and comes back the other way. Granted, I don't know how the boards play in Vegas if they're as active as they are in San Jose, but we've seen it before. Remember that goal Pavelski scored from the face-off circle, the tip-in?
Oh, yeah.
Something. I mean, they're not going to tip in something like that. That's pretty ridiculous. But in a way, not so much a tip, but a pass to that area so that you're catching him off and he has to go side to side more, and he's out of position. So I think the Sharks will do a better job at that in the next game.
So there's a lot of chatter here. They're thinking, you know, do we bring in, instead of Haley, do you bring in now Donskoy? And it's tough because I agree with the points. Like, I mean, Donskoy's got the only Stanley Cup winning goal for the Sharks, but that's 2 years ago. Fine.
Yeah.
But anyways,
3.
He's a bit more finesse, right? He's gonna get you more looks maybe. But I do agree that as soon as you take Haley and sit him down, you know, what was Evander Kane's famous line? Your babysitter's gone. You know, so Kane's still out there, you know, roaming around. But I mean, there's.
But I would rather have Kane focused on trying to score the goal and make the play and agitate, but not get taken off the ice for it. Let him agitate, but when time comes to
had a hell of a game
answer the
one.
bell, right? I'd rather have Haley out there. And you know what? Haley didn't play a bad game this day tonight really either. I mean, it looked like he was doing a pretty decent job of running the puck around. There was a couple times where they were hemmed in their zone, and I think it was fourth line against fourth line, and the puck comes down, you know, into the zone, and they're getting pinned, and their fourth line, Vegas' fourth line, swapped out, and you had some of their big guns come back on. It was like the guys were tired, and here comes Haley off the you know, left-hand boards, and he chips it up and out, and he enables them to make that change. I thought he played another decent game. Now, again, he's not going to score goals for you, but you've got a top 9 that is, in my opinion, could be a first line on but most teams in the league. Mm-hmm. Like, you could take any one of those 3 lines and say, you know, even for the jumbo line, on a team that's not so hot, they could be.
That's a second line on any other
team. On any team, sure.
And some teams, a first line team.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I think we've got so much talent in that top 9 that it almost doesn't make sense to dress Donskoy and put him on the 4th because, again, he's going to play with Barclay Goodrow, Melker Karlsson. He's going to get limited amount of minutes, and he's not going to be running around hitting anybody, and he's not going to be able to absorb many hits without getting extremely tired from it.
I think what they're going to do is maybe somebody gets banged up in the top 9.
That's exactly what's
going to happen. And they're going to swap them out, especially after a loss like this. Maybe they will switch somebody in the top 9 out who's banged up and needs just a little bit of rest. Maybe not even this game, maybe after Game 3 and going into Game 4 in Vegas. I could see that happening, especially if the Sharks lose Game 3.
See, and that to me makes more sense too, because again, he's a higher skill guy. You want the higher skill guy playing more minutes. You don't want him playing just a handful because he's not going to get into the groove. He's not going to get into the groove of the game if he's only playing a handful of minutes and you're expecting him to score goals. For Haley, he knows his job. He goes out there and he bangs. Right? He's a grinder. He goes out there and he makes sure that the puck doesn't get too deep into the zone, or he's trying to grind them away in their zone. That's his job, right? So I think that it doesn't make sense for me to put Donskoy in. There was an article that he had said something about how he has to stay positive and everything, and that when he gets his opportunity to get into the lineup, it's probably going to be when there's an injury, that somebody's going to go out and be tired, and he's going to be the fresh one that steps in there, and that's going to be his opportunity.
He's typically played well when he's been scratched, like during the regular season. Yeah. He gets scratched and comes back. He usually bounces back well.
Finish thing.
Yeah. So do you guys think Travis Tompkins? Do you guys think that they should have pulled Jones? Did that help shift the momentum?
Travis who?
Tompkins.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Hawkins. Never mind. Different guy. Yeah, he's
I'm excited for Travis Tompkins.
He's the roller hockey coach for my son. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
do you guys think they should have pulled Jones? Did that help to shift the momentum for those 3 goals that they got?
Definitely.
Like, is that enough of a wake up call?
I think so. I think it was less on Jones playing poorly than the team playing poorly, and it's kind of a wake up call for the team. I mean, that's usually kind of the goalie pull unless the goalie's really bad. Yeah. But I don't think those 3 goals, Jones couldn't really do much on them. I mean, maybe he could have saved 1 or 2, but
you got a lot of people saying
on a very elite save.
Sure. You got a lot of people saying that third goal was a soft one. My problem with that is, again, Vlasic, I don't know, I have to look at the play again, but Vlasic just kind of didn't follow the play, it looked like. Or maybe it got banked around him, or he was going one direction, all of a sudden it changed directions on him. But the puck went one way, and Vlasic did not react. Whatever was going on in that play, I have to see it again. And then it was essentially, I think it was Pacioretty. He was just walked right in, and it was kind of just uncontested shot. So, yeah, maybe Jones should have had that one, but you got Max Pacioretty, who is a very good shooter in this league, and you don't put anybody in front of him. You don't put a stick on stick in that situation. That's going to be a hard puck to stop for pretty much any goaltender. Now, an elite goaltender, like maybe Bobrovsky, might make that save. Martin Jones maybe needs a little bit more help there.
I'll say this is like a Pete moment saying, look, maybe we need a few extra saves here and there, because if the team obviously didn't start at the start of the game, the goalie needs to step up, and then he needs to get in their face, on a tough save and be like, guys, wake up. They're getting way too many shots here.
Yeah.
But they came, I think the Sharks had like 3 shots in the first. It was like, but 7 shots on Jones and 4 of them went in, or 3 of them went in. Like, it was like, that's, he didn't start the game either. I know he was screened, but on I think one of the shots, he came out to challenge, and it looked like he was just playing too far left.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, he looked slightly out of position. But again, who's that on more? Because if you have to get out that far and contest that much, is that on you, or is that on the guys around you too?
And so again, I see 2. Was that another sub? Every time it does that, by the way, it's a new subscriber. So you saw 1390 or whatever that was. So that's it. We got another subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, whoever that was.
If you haven't subscribed and you're watching, hit that subscribe.
Yeah, I want to hear this thing go bing, 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 bing. But what were we saying? Oh yeah. Again, the first goal, double screen. The second goal, 2-on-1. The third goal, kind of uncontested shot. I mean, again, these are things that maybe Jones can make that save, right? But the defense isn't helping him out there. They're not helping him by standing in front of him. They're not helping him by allowing a 2-on-1. They're not helping him by allowing an uncontested shot from a guy like Max Pacioretty. They're not helping him. So I would say that, yeah, maybe Jones can be better, but the defense can sure do a better job of protecting him.
People are asking about the refs and if they kind of
suck.
You know what though? I mean, and I know this is obviously the Sharks. That Curry mentioned this too, because they get a lot of flack from the refs right now, and he's like, "We're gonna get calls. We're not gonna not get calls, and there's gonna be bad calls. We just have to deal with it."
Yeah.
Like, so it's I equate it to this is like, again, if you look at it, Sharks had 9 power play options, including a 5-on-3. So you can't say, "Oh, the refs were killing us." Yeah, they missed a couple extra calls, but okay, so we get 10 power plays and we still only get 1 goal.
I think them calling back that goal killed the momentum, because that would have put the Sharks up 4-3, right?
Yep.
I think that killed the momentum, and I think the refs knew that they blew it, because they were calling a little bit of ticky-tacky calls against the Knights for the Sharks to get some power plays later in the game. The Sharks, you're going to get bad calls. It's going to happen, and you have to play through it. You can't play. You're not playing the refs, right?
Yeah.
So you have to play the game. You're getting your opportunities. You're going to score. You have to bounce off, and you have to shrug it off that, oh man, we should have scored, and then they came back and put it down our throats right afterwards, right? So that's on the Sharks. They had plenty of time. It wasn't like the Boston game where they scored that goal with less than a minute left.
The high touch.
It was in the second period, so they had plenty of time, plenty of hockey left that they could have tied it up. So it's all on the Sharks. I don't like to blame the refs for doing this. Like, it's not right. Like,
I'm not going to blame the loss on the refs, but I will say that I wasn't overly impressed with some of the calls.
Yeah, you could say that. The officiating was, I mean, there was missed calls. And we talked about this, saying, like, maybe it should go to Toronto more often. I mean, it's the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no other games to watch. In fact, this is the last game of the night. I think maybe...
Yeah.
Toronto usually goes to sleep during the Sharks game.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Clearly.
Super Shiro, our defense
Zach's awake.
Right, that's true.
Our defense was way better in game 1. I agree.
Yes.
We not only defense's own defense, it looked like the Vegas couldn't even get across the blue line for the most part.
The team was really, in game 1, they were really closing down and limiting a lot of high danger chances.
Yep.
And Vegas missed on a lot of their chances in game 1. Game 2, I think they executed a lot more of their high danger chances, especially those first 3 goals.
Yeah.
They score, obviously they scored, but they buried their chances very early, and I think that kind of takes away the breath out of the Sharks in a way.
Yeah, and I heard Joe mention a stat was 3 goals on 7 shots, and it's like, he, at some point he has to make the save, right? Hey, if it's 3 goals on 3 shots, and they're all in that higher danger, or where he's kind of not really being protected, I'm still not going to fault him for having a 0 save percentage. It's one of the things where you're expecting the defense to do a better job around him. Now, again, there are saves that maybe he could have made if he was a little bit better of a goaltender than he actually is. But knowing that this is the goaltender that you've got, you really need to clamp down on the defense around him, because you can't wish him into being an elite goaltender. You can't wish him into making a save that maybe he ought to make, but it's kind of iffy whether he will or won't. You should know whether or not, or what your goaltender is capable of, right? And play to his strengths. If his strengths are not taking shots that are like so super close or 2-on-1. Stop giving up super close shots. Stop giving up 2-on-1s. So again, I like your the way you put it there. It's on the Sharks, and I think it really is. It's on the team as a whole. Yes, Jones can be better, but know what you have and work with it.
They had plenty of time in that game to bounce back, and they couldn't do it.
So,
all right, what's next?
I don't know.
By the way,
waiting
Zach
for
Croft
this thing
again.
to-
Zach Croft saying loyal fans always stay up late. By the way,
You got it, buddy.
I wasn't talking about the fans. I was talking about Toronto. I was in the office.
No, I
but,
know. I know.
some of the calls. Oh, Travis Tompkins is actually. I think he's a Vegas fan. Some of the calls
Okay.
are weak, but us Knights made way too many bad decisions that led to penalties. Well, as I said earlier, I think we're going to see Vegas do this a lot more because the Sharks aren't converting on the power
no
plays.
repercussion. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
This is. I mean, I'm now the king of. Let's talk about different sports here. Seattle Seahawks a couple years back. Yeah,
Yes.
pass interference every play. Why? They won't call it every play.
They won't call every single one.
So do it every play because, you're only going to get maybe 25% of them called. Fine, that's fine. We're going to get away with a lot of it then. So if the Vegas is saying, okay, well, we're going to hook on that shot, we're going to trip, we're going to cross check. If we're going to get away with most of it, okay, we get called. Okay, great. I don't care because now I'm able to. I mean, 2 goals. You're better. You're good. Your better scoring chances are on the penalty kill. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a Gretzky thing back in the day?
What?
He wanted more room on the ice, so they would start a fight, so it'd be like a 4-on-4.
Oh yeah. Back in the day when you got into a fight, it was 4-on-4 hockey.
Yeah, it
didn't
wasn't.
have
It wasn't considered
what do you
offsetting or
call
whatever.
And,
Instigator penalty.
no.
That's what I mean. They didn't have.
No,
an
it was
instigator
just
penalty.
when Gretzky was playing,
Right.
when you fought, it was 4-on-4 hockey. It was you sent both the guys to the box for 5 minutes, but then it opened up the ice for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so then they changed it. It's like, okay, if it's a fight and you send both of them to the box, then it's still 5-on-5. But
The
anyway.
Gretzky rule.
Yeah. Wanted to show one thing real quick. I did get the Erik Karlsson revealing the jersey, the stealth jersey bobble in. So I don't know if this messes with the focus or anything, but I'm gonna give it a try. So yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, no, I just got it from actually my ex-boss Patrick. And he picked that up for me. So thank you, Patrick. Appreciate it.
Jacob Lyons confirming that that was a Gretzky rule basically.
Yeah.
Real quick, let's just get a quick shout out to again. We got 70 or we had like 70 people watching right now.
Okay. Wow.
I think a lot of people are return. So return fans. So thank you very much for joining.
And actually, you said there was a Vegas fan there too. So I mean, even though you're scum, we still thank you for joining.
Hey, his team, his team,
your team scum. Sorry. No, thank you for joining the stream. We really do appreciate you. Even you're not a Sharks fan. It's
a good conversation.
So
right?
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that.
But
being
let's
civil, that too. That's awesome.
I feel like
let's
yeah.
But let's do the normal. Where are you from? Where did you find us on? You had the whole.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
so let us know where you're from. So like if you're from Scotland or China,
where you're watching from.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I don't care where you're from.
And I'll flash them on the screen.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
where
there
you
you go.
watch, where are you watching from? We'll flash it up on the screen.
Yeah.
I bring that up because Bone Diggity 777.
Yeah.
4
Bone
7.
diggity.
1 a.m. here in Wisconsin. Got to stay up and watch my boys. Hoping we bounce back hard in Game 3. So
Yeah.
Nice.
That.
Are your boys us or the Sharks? Just curious.
he might
He
actually
said
be no.
bounce back, so Sharks.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe we need to bounce back. Maybe we had a bad episode. I don't know.
It's not over yet. There's still time, right?
If
As
you're
long
a
as
never
one of
had
these
a
Vegas
bad
fan
episode.
or a Sharks fan.
Yeah, so
Sacramento.
let us know where you're watching us from, and if you happen to find us through probably the Erik Karlsson video or through Reddit, Discord, or Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever else.
Oh, and get the Vegas fan out of here? No, I don't mind having.
Oh,
other
yeah.
teams, as long as they're civil and not being
Same,
mean.
and
Yeah.
same thing back to them.
Right.
Yeah.
We're here to have a conversation about hockey. Everybody
Yeah.
loves hockey here, so.
And of course, I'm just joking with you when I call you and your team scum. Well, just you, but your team scum.
What do you got here?
Let's throw these up there. We got some from San Diego.
Yeah.
Let's see. Found you watching highlights
see,
of
we can
Sharks
start
games on
hitting them.
YouTube.
They're over here, I think, right?
Yeah,
Boom.
there we go.
Jeez. Okay.
And then we got one Vallejo. Usually listen to you guys on Spotify. I'm at work. Nice.
Oh,
That's right.
cool.
You can find us on Spotify. Everything is on not just Spotify, but Stitcher. Go ahead. You got them all right.
SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify. I would say iTunes, but iTunes is horrible. No, not iTunes. Sorry. TuneIn. TuneIn is horrible. So we were on episode 45, and we did the last show, which we put up as a podcast as well. And TuneIn still said we were on episode 42.
Oh, jeez.
So, and I wrote 2 emails to them. They finally, like today, got it updated. So if you're listening through TuneIn, try to find another service because you're not always going to get everything up to date. So yeah, the Apple one is good though.
John Doe watching from Branham and Pearl. That's where I grew up from. Right around there. Hey,
Pearl. Wow.
yeah, that's right over there.
Wiener Schnitzel, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, I used to post all of these videos in Reddit, and I'm going to stop doing that because I don't want to spam the Reddit Sharks page.
Good.
So if you guys could share that from now on moving forward, any video that we have, I'm not going to personally do it. So it's going to be on you guys to do it if anyone of you are from Reddit. So,
Mr. Sandpaper, real quick, are the Knights the new Kings? It looks like the Sharks and Knights absolutely hate each other. I think the Knights are the current Kings. I fully have plenty of hate left for the Kings if they start making the playoffs again.
I think it's going to be a while for them.
Yeah.
We'll see. A couple more years.
You never know.
I don't know. They're going to get a high draft pick, aren't they?
Not that high.
Okay.
Not high enough.
Belarus, by the way, it's 8 in the morning trying to fall asleep, so no screaming.
Ooh.
Belarus? Wow.
Jeez.
813, by the way, is I think Monterey, if I looked that up correctly.
831.
831, yes. That's what I said. No, I know.
Go to the video.
Whatever. Watching from Vancouver, British Columbia. Somebody said Phil Martin's 20-year Shark fan watching in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Nice.
So
That's cool. This
watching
is
from my lazy boy, and I know mine feel much better than Couture's right now. Rob Wallace.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Monica, Cottle and Santa Teresa, to be specific. That's where I live currently. Not to give away where I live exactly, but that's
The Funny Farm over there.
yes.
Phenomenal.
Paul was on. We'll throw a shout out to What
Eat
Up
Up.
Silicon or Eat Up
Eat
Silicon
Up
Valley.
Silicon Valley from the makers of What Up Silicon Valley.
They did a show
Sam
recently, and
Serge.
Paul was on with it.
That's right. We were on a show, and we basically went to the Funny Farm, which is a place that makes ridiculous food. You should not end our stream, but you should open up a new tab and check out the Funny Farm and check out their menu because it is nuts. They have such good food there. So actually,
was it video or just podcast?
it was a video. They were doing video. Yeah. So I'm not sure when they're going to have that up, but they will have it up, and I'm one of the guests that they have with them there. I guess they sometimes will have somebody that they've worked with before, and since we went on their podcast, he asked me to come eat food for free, and I'm like, yes. So especially at the Funny Farm, are you kidding me? Yeah. But yeah, no, it was all really cool, awesome, delicious stuff, and definitely check them out.
One of the main reasons that you were on is because we met with them.
Yeah.
And we were actually on the
their
What Up
podcast.
Silicon Valley, and we met with them there, and they had never been there, and so they were really excited about it and wanted to do it
Yeah.
there. So, they
So
were back.
yeah, he told we want you on our What Up Silicon Valley podcast. We talked to him a little bit. They told us about Eat Up Silicon Valley, and I was like, well, if we're gonna meet, we should meet at a place where you probably could do a show for Eat Up, and then we went there. Funny Farm is phenomenal, guys. Go check it out if you're local.
25-year Shark fan from Vancouver.
Wow.
How are you not a Canucks fan? Oh, I'm glad you're not a Canucks fan, but that's cool. It's good.
He's probably glad he's not a Canucks fan right now.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be mean. I'm just poking a little fun. Come on, guys. This is okay.
Jacob Lyons, how funny is it that every Sharks rival missed the playoffs? And I was thinking the same thing that Travis replied. So Jacob says Kings, Ducks, Red Wings, Canucks, and I'm like, well, while they might not be a historic rival because it's only their second year, the Knights are becoming very quickly a rival. They knocked us out last year, and the season series was tough, and now we're 1-1. So
I think anytime you play a team and you hate them, and that's not just fan bases. That's not just fan base. I'm saying the players. I think anytime the players have that much animosity towards each other, it doesn't matter that you've only been in the league for 2 years. You have that rivalry set when you just do not like the other guy.
I think this goes towards, if we go back to what we talked about I guess it was last episode, about the format, the playoff format.
Yeah.
This is kind of what the playoff format is trying to do, is create rivalries, especially for new teams like Vegas.
Yeah.
Or start new rivalries that weren't there because the Kings and the Ducks aren't in the playoffs, right? So now who are the Sharks going to hate on?
Right.
So they're creating new rivalries because of this. This also attests to the Sharks having longevity of making the playoffs almost every single year.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of teams that can do that, obviously. Even as good as the Kings were, winning 2 cups, they couldn't sustain it.
I think
Chicago,
And
same
now
thing.
they're both in kind of the dumps, right?
Right.
So yeah.
I think the solidarity that was mentioned in the chat room, that everyone can dislike the Kings together now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we can dislike each other, but we can always, you know.
It was at the Vegas fan.
The
that said
enemy-
that?
Yeah, Travis and
okay.
Mr. Sandy.
The enemy
Yeah.
of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, like, but we could always dislike the Ducks as well. I mean, there's a whole lot of Southern California teams.
Ducks
we
are
can-
even easier.
Yeah, that's too easy.
Quack, quack.
Ducks.
Aren't they leading the division?
Oh
Yeah.
no! Didn't they win the division?
Mike Johnson was on TV tonight.
What happened?
Yeah.
I've got them in my bracket. Did they not make it?
Oh, sorry, Joe.
For anybody who doesn't get that, there was an episode a long time ago where Mike Johnson had said that not Mike Johnson on our show, but we had mentioned that Mike Johnson said that the Ducks were probably going to win the division, the Pacific Division, and one of his big reasons was because they signed John Gibson to a long-term contract. I'm going, that's not why you guys are going to win.
You
It
brought
might
back
be
a
why
player
you
who was
guys.
already on your team.
It might
That
be why
doesn't
you guys
guarantee
hang
you-
in there for a bunch of games, but it ain't going to be. You're not going to win any Pacific Division. You'd be lucky if you guys make playoffs. Aaron said the same thing. In fact, you were saying Kessler was probably not going to play much. So
He has a bad hip injury.
Yeah.
And he only played maybe half the year, I think, this year.
Yeah.
And he wasn't very effective.
All right, hey,
I think-
Rob Wallace wants to know: can we realistically win a game in Vegas? We have to, and this scares me.
I was
yeah.
hoping that originally I said the Sharks are going to win at home, split in Vegas, then come home and win in 5. Still could happen. They could still win in 5, technically. I'm hoping that they split in Vegas, comes back 2-2.
3-game series.
3-game series.
Yeah.
And I would take the Sharks in that. I still think the Sharks are a better team than Vegas.
So here's how I see this. Okay, I feel like in the playoffs you are supposed to win your games at home, and if the Sharks had won both of their games at home this series, I wouldn't have even said they're ahead. Right? We have to wait till the first 2 games in Vegas are done because Vegas is supposed to win their 2 games at home. That's what they're supposed to set out and do. Right? That's their goal. So if that was the case, they would come back tied 2-2, and then again 3-game series, right? The fact that we dropped 1 at home, I know the series is 1-1, but to me it feels like we're behind.
Well,
And maybe that has to do, but maybe that has to do with the fact that the last game obviously is the game that we lost, and that's the feeling that sticks. But to me, it's just looking at the record, 1-1. If we lost, if we lost the first game and won the second game, it would feel better. But I still feel like we're behind because you're supposed to win those home games. And that goes for the other team as well. You're supposed to win your home games. And when you don't, you're going back on the road again. And we see how not so hot Vegas has been on the road this season, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like this is a kind of a bit of a missed opportunity for the Sharks to take that second game at home. And if the Vegas Knights don't win both of their games at home, it's a missed opportunity for them.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at the other series in the
Columbus.
league, right? Columbus. How do you think Tampa Bay fans feel right now? They're
Oh.
probably freaking out. They're going back to Columbus now for the next 2 games.
Yep.
And then same with Winnipeg. They lost their 2 home games. So they're going back to my God, who's
St.
they
Louis.
playing? St. Louis. And St. Louis can close out at home with a sweep.
Yeah.
So the Sharks are
I
Correct me
think
if
we're
I'm
like
wrong.
one of the only 1-1 then. Are
What?
we're the only 1-1 series so far?
well, there's 3 games tomorrow that
Yeah.
didn't play.
Well, I mean, like,
Yeah.
as of right now, everyone else is 2-0.
I think so. I'm not sure.
I didn't see
think
the
so.
It was
score.
only
I didn't see
today's
the
games.
Islanders. Did the Islanders? win
Islanders
today?
won.
Islanders
Yeah,
won.
Islanders
They're
are
up
up.
2-0.
Islanders are up 2-0 over Pittsburgh.
I said they're going to
I
beat
know.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Real quick to keep on the ideas of playing 2
Yeah.
games in Vegas here, Matt F. Asking the same question: can we take 2 games? But it's like we were also there in the playoffs last year, so we know what to expect. Does that help?
I mean, I'm going to say yes, but it's the playoffs. You never know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Let me tell you, they're not going to be freaked out by the pregame show. Okay. They're not. That's not going to bother them.
I'm sorry. The pregame show is so cheesy.
It's
It is.
cringy.
It's like they got the extras from Excalibur and threw them on the ice skates. Like
So-
it's so like everyone last year was like, oh, this is so great. And I'm like, no, it's awful. It's they have toe picks. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Well, hey, I think it's kind of like the Hurricane celebrations. It's meant to be a fun for the fans.
Fair. Let me ask the VGK fan in the chat if you enjoyed the show openers or if even you are going. "Ugh."
I was expecting a lot more because Vegas is the place of shows, right?
Even Jason Hillier, by the way, says the pregame show is awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
really?
And he also earlier mentioned that he actually prefers, as a Sharks fan, he prefers to start on the road.
Okay.
I don't mind that because if you split your games, you're feeling good coming home.
Yeah.
Right, which is exactly where Vegas might be right now. So,
Right.
over under, by the way, I'm going to scroll up here a little bit. Rover. Over under on penalties in Game 3, 12.5. What would you guys take?
Game 3, 12.5.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say under.
Under, yeah.
Less?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna button it down, or are the refs just gonna stop calling everything?
I think the game
Yeah.
will be tighter, and I think when the game is tighter like that, the refs won't call as much. That's what I think. What do you think?
I think it's the physical play, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know how many hits were in tonight's game, but I think the
I'll
physical.
tell you. I have that up.
Go ahead.
Who do you think had more hits?
I'm gonna
Probably
say
Vegas.
Sharks.
Okay, I'll set the over under at no.
Just tell me. Just tell me. Come on.
I'm trying to make it fun.
Oh
Here.
my goodness.
Golden Knights had a total of 31 hits.
Okay.
The Sharks had more. How many more do you think?
42.
9 more.
46 hits by the Sharks. So, but here's actually while I was looking at this,
But that means.
that means they had no, but they didn't. It
Okay.
didn't even seem like they had the puck more
I
to me.
know, I
Because
know.
again, but I think it's because what's burned in my memory is the
I think the Sharks were
breakaways.
dumping it in more too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're chasing. And
Here's another thing too. Check out the amount of block shots by the Golden Knights. Sharks had 10 block shots. Golden Knights 26 block shots tonight, and the Sharks recorded 37 shots on goal.
Yeah.
So that that's plus the 60 plus
Yeah,
shots
60 something.
that
63.
could have had a chance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, on paper, you look at that line, you're like, wow.
But I think my point with the hits was I think that the physicality in the series in the first 2 games so far, I think it's going to start taking its toll. I think people are going to start getting a little more tired, you know. Now, maybe that means that there's more penalties taken because guys are not going to be moving their feet as much. They're going to be trying to trip and hook and air slash and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's the case. So who knows? But I don't know. I feel like it'll be less.
Real quick about the block shots.
Yeah.
Project Blue Screen says Couture's block shot has to count for more than 1.
2.
Maybe 3.
I mean, you got to give him extra credit. I don't
Probably
know
3.
what it is, you know, but give him something extra.
Let me tell you.
Also,
they rang the bell. We'll just say.
I saw this.
ding,
I
ding.
saw this on Facebook, and Monica with an M for her last name.
Monica with an M.
Militia
Girl. Thank you. I don't know why I can't read that word.
Oh, yeah,
how about
okay.
how about the Knights are going to get the KHL player? I saw that on Facebook, and that's it,
I don't.
bringing it up here.
He's got to get his visa, right?
Yeah.
So it could get delayed. So I don't know. And you're throwing a guy in there who hasn't played on NHL ice. It's international
Hasn't
ice.
played on NHL ice. Hasn't played with these guys yet. There's chemistry to be involved in as
The
well.
guy from Fear the Fin interviewed Radil because he played with him.
Oh, okay.
And he asked him what he was like. He's like, hey, you might come over. And he was like, oh, really? That guy was really good. He's a good sniper. And he's like, but I don't know how his game will translate coming over here because it's a lot different playing on smaller ice. Who knows?
Yeah.
And he's a smaller guy, so he's going to get physically pushed around.
Yeah.
He probably won't translate. So he's not going to be this 50-goal scorer joining their team.
Right.
He's going to be good, but he's not going to be this elite guy that I almost think that's unfair in a way. Adding a player like that on your roster
Unfair to him or unfair
and to the league, like just
as an unknown?
being able to bring in a guy in the playoffs who never even played for you in the regular season and wasn't signed before that.
No, but he was on the roster. I thought that was one of the things that he was part of their team. He
Probably
was,
a good question for
yeah.
Rush.
So it's
Times.
basically like bringing up an AHL prospect, right? Except he was playing in the K. So I think that was kind of what they equated it to. So I don't have a problem with him coming up. I will say this: he's probably not going to be the most popular guy in the locker room because one of those guys has been fighting for his spot and playing for a spot all season long is not going to have to sit because some guy in the KHL did really well.
Yeah, how many Russian-speaking players do they have on their team?
I have no
And how much
idea.
English does he speak?
I have no clue.
That could be a problem too.
Yeah.
A lot of talk being said. Yeah, he's not signed yet. He has to sign a contract. He is en route though, I guess, right now. So
Yeah, but I think the point was that he's a prospect essentially of theirs, right? And
it's not a two-way. Illuminato is saying it's not a two-way contract. It would have to be a brand new NHL contract.
See, I didn't realize
Oh,
he was a
that's-
free. So is he a free agent then?
No, I don't
They
think
own his rights.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
I thought he was a free agent coming over. And I was
don't
like,
think
that's
so.
not.
Correct
cool.
me if I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I think he's a property of VGK. So.
More. I mean,
But look again, you're
So-
gonna bring in a guy who's again not played on NHL ice. He's played on international ice. He's a smaller dude. He hasn't had to play against big rough and tumble type competition like the NHL,
Right.
and he's not played with the guys in that locker room, right? And he's gonna have a hard time talking to the guys in the locker room. So you know what? go ahead, bring him on, and we'll see how he does. And if he's one of those guys that they try to force into the lineup because he was so good over there, he should be good over here. And if it doesn't translate well, that just means that they're going to goof up their line by having this guy in there. I'll take game 3.
So I'm gonna pull away from the conversation about those guys, and I want to talk about something we got a question. I remember the last show, which was, what do you change for game 2? Okay, we said change nothing. Okay, so we did that. Vegas either adapted or we just played terrible, whatever it was. Are we now? Do we say we played terribly and we need to change, or do we say we played terribly, we need to play better and keep everything the same?
Depends on Vlasic. If Vlasic can't come back, then that changes a lot of things. So
Yeah, he's got 2 days, so we don't want the. Let's see I'll look see if I can find an update on him.
I thought I saw somebody said he got a puck in the back. What?
Did we talk about Fleury?
What about him?
You guys having pulled a graphic?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we talked
the
about it earlier.
Sure.
You want to put it up anyway? We could talk about it some more.
Do you want to put it?
Super producer Jason would like to use all the tools in his tool belt. So yeah, let's go ahead.
Someone just said we lost.
Do we lose?
audio.
Are we back with audio now?
We broke the stream.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Okay. So,
They missed all that, I guess, when I cut to it.
Yeah.
did you see the video, but you couldn't hear us? So if that was the case, let us know. That way we can kind of clear that up for the next time
It was
around.
just a picture.
Okay.
There, now try that.
So it went to the,
Now-
so as soon as the video cut out, went to the picture.
Okay.
Essentially, the audio went.
So can you guys hear us now? I know we're kind of
So we'll have-
troubleshooting
we'll
on
have
the
to do a
fly
picture-
here. This is
picture of
awesome.
that if we have to or something. Who knows?
So anyway, this is the picture that we were talking about, right? Where Fleury's butt is above the blue paint, yes, but everything else about him is in the white, and Couture's not even looking at him. So how could he have possibly intended to run into Fleury when he's in the white ice? It's not like he was backing into the blue and not looking and just kept going. So it just doesn't make sense to me why that was considered a penalty. Like I get that, you know, he's bumped the goaltender, but the goaltender's not in his protected area, so I don't get it.
Yeah,
Nobody
and this
heard
is
my comment.
and here we go again, James Harden, or even anyone in basketball. Did contact happen? Yes. So can you call a penalty? Yes. But who initiated the contact? You know, and a lot of times you're in that restricted zone. The refs will huddle up and they'll talk about what can you do and who was in the wrong, who was in the right, and they'll go back to video review. This was no, I called interference. You're done. Sit down. Penalty.
See, I agree with what someone just said about Kerrs. No penalty should have been called, but there also shouldn't have been a goal. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You could say goalie
Disallow.
interference, no goal, but I don't think that should have been a penalty because, to me, it would have been a penalty if Fleury was in the paint and Couture was in the paint
Yes,
hitting him.
yes.
I think that would be more of a penalty than this right here where he bumps into him way outside the paint. Like, Couture's not even close to the...
That's my point too. Is okay. So how far out is he allowed to go? Can he skate up to the blue line, get touched, and then have the puck go in?
If this... As long as they call it both ways, if Jones is doing that, I'm fine with it. As long as it goes both ways, I'm fine with it.
I think
Project
if
Blue
you're
Screen, if the feet are the point of origin for an offside call, it should be the point of origin for goaltender interference.
Again, for me, like if you're gonna venture out like that, if you're gonna go outside of that little area that's a protected zone for you, then I'm sorry, but if you get nudged, dude, you need to be back in your crease. That's all there is to it.
I think if they do a hard line where your skates have to be in the blue paint and it's, you know, that's black and white, I think that's a little too hard. I think you're going to get stuff. I don't know. They're also trying to protect the goalies. They don't want them to get hurt, and Fleury gets a lot of injuries.
Then make the crease bigger if you want, you know?
I'm against the penalty call. I'm not against the goal call or the goal called back call.
And, whereas I am against both. I think if you're going to have, again, if you're going to allow a goaltender, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Because to me, the line is drawn where the blue paint is. That's physically the line. When you've got a goaltender who can come out of that area into the white space, how much farther out is he allowed to go? 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet out? At what point when he gets bumped, when he's however far out, or do you say, okay, no, you should have been farther back into your crease? Add 5 feet of wide ice to this image. If that happens when there's 5 feet farther away from that, are you still going to call goalie interference? Or are you going to tell him, get back in your crease? That's your protected area. See, that's my problem with it, right? So, I don't know. To me, he's not in an area where he's protected, and that should have been called a goal. That's how I see it. So,
Hey, real quick, Super Jason, I want to confirm with the people who are also watching. I'm seeing the still go back and forth. And have we lost audio at any point, or is it now good?
I think he fixed it.
Okay, cool.
Everyone was saying it was good.
Yay. That's why he's the super producer.
That's why he's the best, man. Seriously,
Only
like.
they can see what we see. We got electronics everywhere
Yeah,
now.
Oh, yeah,
I can't wait to see your electronic bill. What it is.
You know what? Though
We'll take a picture.
We'll take a picture and throw it up on
We'll post
Instagram.
on-
Matter of
yeah.
fact, I'll just do it right now. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it live. We'll do it live.
Oh,
So. Oh, am I screaming into your mic? Sorry.
No, I was owing the guy.
Okay, so here's.
Yeah, audio's great. Audio's consistently on.
Oh, I can't even see nothing but your thumb there. Well, okay, never mind. So there's that. All right, I'm gonna put this up on
On and off again.
IG right now. Where do you guys want this? Instagram, Twitter, everywhere.
All right, push it to Jason. Have him put it up
Anyway,
live. And
let's go
Yeah.
back.
Let's just see. Let me. Aaron, am I missing some? Do you see any of that?
There was a lot of comments coming in, so I was just
Yeah.
scrolling. People are just talking about that goal.
Mm.
Why is Gallant always yelling? Gallant, always yelling at the refs. Because it's working. Because he's a coach standing up for his team. I think DeBoer yells maybe not as much, but he still yells at the refs too. So they just try to get just a little bit of advantage there. I think Gallant does a little better job of it, but
Luminato would prefer you to tweet it. By the way, he doesn't have time for Instagram. He wants you to tweet it.
Okay, I'll tweet it too.
we'll just do both. Just do both.
Well, I was just talking about it. This is.
Picks up all that right in front.
Yeah, who needs an elite goalie when you can just send one out on the ice and get power play opportunities? Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, when you can send one out on the ice. Okay, so you can send Fleury out on the ice and get power play opportunities because of
And this is I was talking to you guys earlier. This is I don't know what version of EA you were playing.
19.
Was it
NHL
no?
19.
The latest.
No. It was previous. This was a
Oh.
couple years ago.
Okay.
And you were playing as the goaltender, and you would go behind the net and run into people to force a power play.
Yeah, totally.
Did
And I was like,
online?
So the puck would get rimmed around the boards or whatever, right? And a guy would come trying to get to it, and I would just come out of the crease as my goalie and just drop down, let the puck pass me up, drop down, and the guy would just slam into me.
Yeah,
Goalie
and I was like,
defense.
when I saw that picture, and it's just like, oh my god, it's EA all over again.
Yeah.
Somebody's
By the
controlling
way-
Fleury.
We have an EASHL
Oh, yeah, there you
team,
go.
the Fin Factory. You can look it up.
TFF. Search the abbreviation club, the club abbreviation TFF.
And that's
but it's on
PS4.
PlayStation 4.
Yes, and it's open to the public. So I think we have like 6 guys in there right now. I haven't seen anybody play a game yet, unfortunately, which is I've played a game of threes with one other guy, and we actually dominated. I was surprised. But yeah, so it's open to the public. Get you and your friends or anybody else, if you don't have a club or anything like that, go ahead and jump on there, because again, my whole motivation for this is not so much to have an awesome record or anything. It's to have just enough of a record and to gain just enough points, if you will, to be able to do things in the arena. I just want to be able to put stuff up in the arena and change the colors and do all that.
I want to decorate.
I want to decorate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be my Barbie fun house. So that's what
Well,
I'm
let
doing.
me
It's 'cause you're a
so
Barbie girl living in a Barbie world.
I don't know. If,
I didn't say any did.
I don't know if I got a full answer, but like, well, actually, Matt F, do you guys play hockey in real life?
Yeah.
And do you play in Vacaville? I don't know. You play
No,
San
no,
Jose,
no.
right?
I don't play in Vacaville. Vacaville is way too far, I think, for me. So, I'm actually here in San Jose. So, I have the benefit of playing at the Sharks practice facility, which is Solar for America Ice. So, actually, I have a game, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday at 5:15, I think, if anybody wants to come laugh. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I'm actually might be hanging the ice skates up though after the season, and
Really?
yeah, I think so.
Hanging up the skates for the dad shoes? Or?
Yeah, hanging the skates for dad shoes.
No,
Yeah, no, I think I played for a really long time, and I just don't have enough time to play anymore, and my skills have really dulled down. I'm not very good at all. I mean, you look at guys that are like decent, like high school kids even, like they just put me to shame. So you know,
Is there an age limit for that league, or is it?
no. There's actually like a 55 and older league or something like that, or whatever it is. But
See,
I'm
I
not
play
quite there
indoor
yet.
soccer,
Yeah.
and I'm in a 35 and over league, and
Okay.
it's perfect because I'm one of the younger guys in the league.
Nice.
Because we were playing in a league before
Yeah,
that, and it's
yeah.
everyone, and it's just you're playing against 21-year-olds. You're like, good lord, man.
But I used to play roller hockey when I was a lot younger. I did like traveling and stuff, so I was actually pretty decent then. After that, I stopped after high school, and 1 year later, I started doing ice hockey with my brother. And actually, it was really hilarious. I'll tell a quick story. I bought skates and everything for ice because I didn't have any. I had all roller equipment, right? So my brother's, you know, pumping me up to his teammates. Like, oh, this guy, he played in high school. He's really good. And it's like, all right, cool. Dude, I go out there. I step on the ice. I fall straight down. And as soon as I put my foot on the ice, boom, hit the ice. Fall down on my butt. Try to get up, fall down again. And it's like, oh, my God, this is so embarrassing, you know? And so we're doing this practice, and this lady that was on the team, she goes, hey, so you play hockey, right? I'm like, yeah, no, it's just really different, I guess, between ice and roller. She says, oh. I go, yeah, it's these new skates. They kind of feel weird. She goes, oh, did you get them sharpened? I go, sharpened? Don't they come sharpened out of the box? Like,
They feel pretty
because when you
sharp.
buy inline skates, they have wheels.
They're ready to go.
So why wouldn't, right? So I didn't realize I had to have, so
Did
I was
that
skating
help?
on butter knives the first time I got out there. That's why.
Did it
So-
help when you sharpened them?
Well, of course it did, yeah. But the funny thing is, by the end of that practice, I actually had gotten used to
The butter knives.
the butter knives,
So
and I was breaking up plays. Like, so it wasn't bad.
so Paul, speaking of your
Yeah.
people want to know
Oh.
what is your position?
Are you a goalie?
Are you a goalie? Are you a left wing enforcer?
Oh no, I am not an enforcer. I'm 5'7", so I don't enforce anything except with my kids.
Right.
Um,
until
that's
they,
about
until
as
they
much
grow up. You know?
enforcing as I do. Yeah, just stop
Yeah.
it.
By the way, we're gonna have about 5 more. by the
Okay,
way,
cool.
so.
Yeah, no, I play mostly. I play left wing, but I really at this stage I'm just kind of like wherever you guys want me to play in terms of wing. I don't like taking faceoffs. I'm not very good at them, so I don't play center. I think my play style would be better as a center because I used to play a lot of defense. And in a pinch, I will still go back and play D as well. And actually, I'm not bad. What?
No, go on.
I'm not bad. Go ahead, put it on the screen. I'm not bad at defense really, so my
know
gap
what you're
control is
talking
pretty good and
I was
everything. So
I was looking at the Mr. Sandpaper one just
what
now.
are you?
Different
Oh,
one.
this?
No.
What?
Illuminato.
Okay.
I think you should throw this up there, Jason.
Yeah. Let's
I
see
like
it.
to think that Paul just bought those shoes because he got made fun of on here.
That was part of it, actually. Yeah, no. Okay, so part of it is because,
true.
like, no, my shoes were worn out anyway, but I would have worn them out longer.
He would have bought another pair of them.
I have another pair of them. They're in blue.
He just hasn't worn them yet
I've not worn the
because
blue. I was thinking about coming in with the blue ones and just being like, see? And just be the exact same shoe with blue.
so we are. I love your shoes, Paul, and,
Oh,
and
thank
you're
you.
you're very short, but you play hockey. But I want to
Yes.
move on to a couple questions because we are running out of time here.
Okay.
Travis asking, hey, I got to be a little cheeky here, but with 2 teams without a cup, who gets the first one, Vegas or San Jose? I'm going to say San Jose because I want that to happen.
You know what? I'm going to say something, and he might get a little upset for this. I think the Vegas fans need to get knocked down a couple notches because they got very spoiled last year going to the finals that they are entitled and feel like that's going to happen every year. I want them to have many losing seasons to go in between that year and going forward so that they can feel the desperation. Plus, in 2 years, I want them to not even make playoffs, and then everyone is going to drop their tickets and they're going to buy Raiders tickets because they're going to be in Vegas by then. So they're not going to
You
be the
think
hot ticket
anyone's
in
going to go
town.
watch the Raiders though?
I really, Vegas, and I'm not picking on you. What's your name?
Travis.
Travis. Not you specifically, but just in general, Vegas fans are very, very big-headed.
I wouldn't even say that. I'm just saying it's like
Not
it's
all
very
of them.
exciting. It was the
Almost
first.
every single one I've come across. Has
The
been very
ones we
cocky,
come across, yeah.
Yeah.
So
very vocal. And
Travis
very
has been
cocky.
very nice. All right.
No, I'm not. I'm not picking on him. I'm just saying.
All right, but let's see. Here we go. I think Paul just bought those shoes. Logan Couture probably having a very bad night. Obviously, I'm thinking. I'm agreeing with you on that one.
yeah.
Seeing Jones get pulled was interesting. He had these performances all year where he allows 2+ goals in the first 15 minutes and stays in the whole game. But playing catch up is getting old, and I agree. But we had the over/under on would they score in the first 5 minutes, and you said no, and then they got 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. So
Yeah, they had 3 in the
first you say Bobrovsky is going to just get killed everywhere, and now Now this, Aaron, come on.
Did someone say that, or was that you?
No, that was me just now. I'm just picking on you as usual. Mr. Sandpaper, yes, I do remember the end of the first period, and it was truly awesome because I was putting my kid to bed. I look at my phone, 3-0, and I'm like, come on. All right, come on, let's read some books. Let's go to sleep, sing songs, and oh, it's tied. And then I have to go and try to find all of the goals and look at it. It was just amazing.
That's exactly what happened to me. It was 3-0. I went to put my son to bed, and it came out, and I go, 3-3. Oh, what did I miss?
Yeah. Jacob Lyons, it's not about the height, Paul. It's about the heart.
Let me tell you, my heart is, it's not that big.
It's lower to the ground than most.
It's lower to the ground than most, that's right. So I have a higher center of gravity on my heart and everything else. For anybody who was asking about the set, and I told them we were going to take a picture or whatever, I just put it on Instagram and Facebook, and I put it on Twitter as well. So if you know our accounts, which Twitter and Facebook are at The Fin Factor, and Instagram is at Fin Factor because, yeah. Then yeah, go ahead and check us out real quick, and you can see the picture from where we're sitting here, or my perspective, I guess. So
got a rule question actually. Yeah. If Dell was hypothetically injured, would the Sharks be able to put Jones back in, or would they have to call an emergency goalie
during the game?
Yeah, so Jones gets pulled.
Jones would have to go back in.
But Jones, you can't. Can you pull? Can
yes,
you can't switch back and forth.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
You can.
It's not soccer. You can put in.
Well, no, like,
it's not like a pitcher in baseball.
I was like baseball. You pull a guy, he's out for the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and it's happened before.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I
only
Florida,
knew about that
Luongo got hurt. They played somebody else. Was it Reimer? I forget. Somebody else in Florida, and then he got hurt. And Luongo was like dressed in his suit, ready to leave, and then he ended up coming back in. They had the goaltending coach as their emergency backup, and he was all dressed up, and they're going, hey, Bobby Lou, can you dress back up again, bud?
Sometimes they have a player, like a skater, that played goalie in like high school or something, right? So he had at least some experience and knows how to even put the pads on. But sometimes I think that's happened. I want to say 10, 15 years ago, 2 goalies got hurt, and when a player had to go in, a skater had to go in.
Wow. I've not seen that before.
Someone figured that out.
Hey,
but
it's amazing.
Rob Wallace, you are welcome. Thanks, guys, for doing this. This live stream helped me calm down after a tough loss. I agree. We were just talking about this because on Monday, everyone was feeling excellent.
Super
and
high.
I say Monday, and I mean Wednesday.
Yeah.
I can't even remember
everything
what day
is
right
awesome.
That's again the whole point of this show, and the way that we've been doing the regular shows was to take a macro view, to not get too high and not get too low. And I know we're doing them right after the game, and this is where the emotion is the highest, is right after the game. It's not like we're recording like a day later. Like it's like literally like minutes after the game is over, so that emotion is still there. But I think the best way to look at it is not to just overreact, either in a happy way or in a really sad way. Again, let's take the takeaway. Let's take it the bigger picture. The Sharks are 1-1 right now, so they split at home, which again, to me, I've already explained. I feel like that's us being a little bit behind, but I'm not going to panic about it yet, right? Because if it does go to 7, we still have 2 home games left, right? So I think we're still in a good place. We've seen what they can do, and that's the thing I want to take away too, is what they can do. Not what they did do, but what they can do. When the Sharks are on, they're a real hard team to beat.
I also think that with all the veterans on the team, they shrug off losses and they bounce back.
Yeah.
Almost like from the end of the season, the last 3 weeks, and they turn the switch on. I think they're very good and they don't get rattled. So I don't think. I mean, it could have been a blowout loss tonight.
Yeah.
And they would still come back and play well and win the next game.
What do they say? Okay, that's a loss.
Yeah.
It takes 4 to win, right? Just like after we got a win. Cool, that's 1. We still need a lot more.
It's a best of 7. You're not sweeping anyone.
Kodo Baggins, where did you guys get the player shirts behind you? Are they only available at the tank?
I think they are. I think they're only.
Are they online though too, or just at the tank?
I don't think
that's a good question. I don't know, and I think someone had asked this question on Twitter, and it might have been you. But I was trying to get a hold of Sharky and San Jose Sharks Twitter accounts as well.
I'm pretty sure because Fanatics runs the store.
Yeah.
So try Fanatics first, and
maybe.
If they're not there, then you have to go to the store.
I'm at. Let's see if they got the shirts here.
But we did get them through.
Well, look at our episode where
44.
the Dougs. Episode 44, Doug Bentz, the VP of Marketing and Digital.
Yeah.
He graciously gave us these for our set. So
yeah,
we got all the stuff in the
basically, I asked him, if we can get some stuff for the set, not so that we had free swag, but so that we can kind of display the stuff that, you're asking about it right now, so it works, right? So basically being able to show you guys what they've got in the store. These socks, I don't know when I'm going to actually get to take these down off the set and wear them, but it's going to happen.
Pull them off and show them closer.
And it's going to,
fire.
Okay. we go. 5'7",
Real quick,
shut up.
I don't see them on Fanatics, but I might be not searching it correctly.
Look at that.
And then there are playoff mode shirts on
Sick.
shop.nhl.com, but none of them are the actual player shirts. It's just like playoff mode, playoffs.
So
hats.
probably do have to go to the tank for that. If you don't live nearby, get a friend to pop over there for you or something. But
Or jump on Reddit. There's a lot of people on
Jacob
Reddit that
Lyons
do
is
that.
wearing those socks right
okay.
now, Paul.
what's that?
Jacob Lyons, I'm wearing those socks right now.
Oh, are you?
Nice.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
don't
no.
think none of our houses are painted teal, by the way, right? Does anyone know?
I'm gonna ask my wife and be like, hey, we need to paint our house. Here's a way we can do it. And it doesn't look that, it's not that tacky. It's not like that shocking, right? It's kind of the darker teal color.
I actually can't because
I know.
HOA.
I don't have
so-
HOA, so
yeah.
I can do what I want.
Do whatever you want. Yeah. No, I'm really missing out on painting my entire house teal.
Hang on, let me go back here. There's a few more.
I guess I'm a bigger fan.
Hey.
Jason wants to wrap it up. I want to
Go right
ask a
ahead.
couple more real quick if I
Sure.
can. A lot of people just saying thanks for the chat because it's objective. Even if it's a loss, it's still you know we're just talking about it. Planning a lot for the off season. I think we're planning something for the off season. Not sure what it's going to be yet, right? But we are planning on something.
For the off season?
Yeah, in like after a couple months from
We'll
now,
probably
when we actually
take
do an
a
off
break.
season.
Yeah.
We won't be on every week because my wife really wants me to take a break for a little while, which understandably,
Bring back
bless her.
Marshall.
Yeah, bring back Marshall.
Well, that's the thing.
Hashtag.
It's like if it's not an official show, you don't need to be here as long as one of you guys is here,
No,
right?
I think
So.
Okay.
if
So
there's some big news or something that happens in the summer, or like Carlson gets signed, we'll cover that. We'll probably cover the draft, and July 1st, which is the free agent signing day.
draft, free agency. If there's any big news during that 2 months after free agency where there's kind of a stretch and there's like nothing going on, if any sort of signings or trades or whatever happens during that period, then okay, cool.
Yeah.
But prior to that, basically we'll still be doing playoffs. And if the Sharks happen to not live up to what we think they can do and get bounced earlier than the Stanley Cup final, then we'll probably take a little bit of a break during that period unless there is some Shark news there. So I would imagine that we're going to take a little bit of a break. This year we started off in the off season and we were just doing anything and everything, just pumping out content. And
We were just getting started.
yeah, we were just getting started, and I think that helped us kind of get into the flow of things.
Oh, you should see our first
You should
first
not.
3 episodes.
You should not.
First off, we had awful microphones, so the sound quality is terrible, so it's
Yeah.
not really good to go back and listen. But it took us 10, 15 takes to do one show, and in 40 minutes of content, it took like 3 hours. It was bad.
Do you want me to? Here.
Just imagine it for anyone who
So
also
if-
enjoys.
If you are a soccer fan, MLS soccer, and you like the San Jose Earthquakes, there is another show that is essentially the exact same thing that we're doing here. Actually, they're more professional than we are,
Yeah.
though. It's their names and their professions.
Charles Woolen and Joel Soria, and I'm blanking on the other guy's name. Jay.
Alex Morgan helps.
Alex Morgan.
and
helps
they are
sometimes.
writers for the Earthquakes.
Joel
right?
not for the Earthquakes. Joel runs his own
Oh, okay.
site, and
Yeah.
then Charles works for SF Gate, writes for SF Gate.
So this is the the mic flag.
Black and Azul.
Black and Azul. So if you like the San Jose Earthquakes and you'd like to have kind of a format sort of like this, go ahead and check them out because they do really good work. They know their stuff about the Earthquakes, and they have lots of cool interviews and clips and stuff. They have a lot of really good access with the players and coaches and whatnot. So if you are a San Jose Earthquakes fan, go ahead and check them out.
So to finish off real quick, we got the teal houses. A lot of people saying that imagine if Nashville was doing that, just mustard yellow houses. Kings fans are like, all right, we're painting our houses black.
Silver.
Black and silver trim.
You know,
Ugh.
Yeah.
You look more like
But
a Raiders
pretty
house.
nasty.
I think is that what are we at right now? We done, Jay? What do we wanna do?
We're gone pretty far, I think.
For a tough game to talk about, I think we had a good conversation.
Well, I think we did some therapy there, a little talking about everything other than the game.
Yeah, I think we helped some people.
Yeah.
Bring back Marshall.
Bring back Marshall. But yeah, actually, Jens again or Jens. What I like about this channel is that you guys are Sharks fans, but you're still fairly objective, positive, and down to earth. We need this, or we need that. Is whiny. Oh, wow. And not only that, you guys speak about it better
And
than
we
I do.
speak so well.
I think we're hockey fans, not for myself at least, I'm a hockey fan, not just a Sharks
yeah.
fan. I like watching good hockey, and thankfully the Sharks are
We
good
got another sub.
hockey players.
By the way, Fin Factor logo.
We're at 1392. If there are 8 people who have not subscribed yet, please consider doing so because I like hearing this thing go ba-ding. And if we can get to 1400 at the end of this stream, that would be so awesome. So yeah, we're just going to go a couple more minutes. If you've not subscribed, please consider that you should be subscribing because this is, you know, it's fun. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I certainly am. Again, I like the lives more than doing the recorded stuff. So, because I get to chat with you guys in real time. It's great.
And just to recap, we're going to do live after every single Sharks playoff game. And then after the series, we're going to do a recorded episode that'll come out a day or two later.
Paul, Jason might be messing with you. He says, I unsubscribed and resubscribed.
Is that just to hear the bing?
Just to hear the
Did that work?
But, yeah. By the way, Fin Factor logo is way better than the Black and Azul logo, according to Jason as well.
Oh, wow.
Shots fired?
Yeah.
I designed the Fin Factor logo.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's true. Hey, we got 2 more. We're almost there. 6
Hey,
to
no.
go.
VKG coverage.
I don't know what.
Ding
Apparently
for ding.
it's late. Yes, Aaron, please call that out for the super chat.
VGK.
I couldn't say it.
What is wrong with you
Vegas
people?
Golden Knights
Jeez.
coverage.
Ugh.
$1.99 super chat. Ding for ding. Well, just kidding. So
Thank you.
$1.99 super chat?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hey, thanks a lot. And again, you guys, really, every little bit helps. I mean, a dollar here and a dollar there.
I'm
I
going
mean,
to use
it's-
the money for speech therapy now. 'cause
Seriously,
I
we can
can't
help
talk.
Joe talk. It'd be great. But no, really, we have, you know, some expenses on the show, and it really does help out when, you know, you guys support us financially. But if you do want to support us financially and you want to get something out of it, other than just, you know, some good laughs and a cheer from
There it
us
is.
and the ka-ching right there, I would like to actually hear more ka-chings if you guys want to stay. We'll stay for a couple more minutes. No, no, but if you want to support us monetarily, but you want to get something out of it, please go ahead and visit our store, thefinfactor.com, and then there's the little 3 lines that drop down and it says support the show. And there's shirts, there's teal, gray, and black shirts along with the women's V-cut, deep V-cut. And there's also the stickers that we have you can put on your laptop on the back of your phone, which I think I did. Yeah,
Well,
right there.
and
Boom. So
you also have the special stickers still?
the what?
Special stickers?
And we have the special stickers. So
All right.
that's
Every single order, you're going to get a randomly placed, signed Fin Factor, and not signed by us, signed by the Sharks players. Paul went to the practices and got a bunch of them signed from the players.
And just to give you an idea, some of the guys, they're really hard to get the signatures from, but some of the guys I was able to, like Joe Pavelski, Joe Thornton. I think Vlasic, actually, we gave Vlasic away already because of another sale. But we are having a 10% off sale right now as well for the playoffs, and the coupon code is playoff mode. So if you do decide you want to get a shirt or some stickers or whatever it is, enter that into the coupon area, playoff mode, no space, and it'll give you 10% off your entire order.
What players did not sign for you?
Erik Karlsson, unfortunately, Evander Kane, Brent Burns.
Those 3. That's it.
Brent Burns would normally sign. I think I just kind of caught him on an off day, and I hadn't tried after that.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
He's usually pretty good about that. I
He's
feel like-
usually not bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that's. If you bring a Brent Burns jersey and you ask him to sign it, he's going to say, "Cool, who's it for?" Because he wants to put
You're not selling
something
it.
personalized on
Right.
it so that you're not going to go selling it, right? So he probably would have, and I think Kane. There was a point where I could have definitely got Kane to do it, but I don't know. After a while, I go to enough practices, kind of out of respect. I see him stopping and signing for people, and then it's just like they just want to go. So I kind of just stopped. But I do have a large majority of the players there: Timo Meyer and Logan Couture, all those guys. So we'll throw one of those in with your order as well, and you'll still get the 10% off if you use the coupon code playoff mode.
Yep.
Paul, was that real quick? Was that code? You said Erik Karlsson has not signed?
No,
No, wait, what?
no, that's 1396. We're getting close.
We're getting close.
Did he get that?
Erik Karlsson is not signed
Get it?
Get it?
because he didn't sign the.
He's not signed with the Sharks.
Yeah. So
You said Carlson's not signed.
yeah.
You said, yeah, they asked who hasn't signed yet, and you said Erik Karlsson has not. It's just stupid. It's late, and it's just me.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all.
late. Let's go. All right. Thank you for
Jason Hillier,
tuning
just
in.
real quick, to clarify the
You're
sticker
gonna end on
question.
that note, really.
Somebody was asking like, oh, can I get a Pavelski one? Can I get a Braun one? And it's randomized. Like,
oh, random. Yeah.
it's literally like you guys shuffle these and
Yeah.
put them in face down, so you don't know who's
I
getting
go like
what.
this, then I throw it in the box, and then I go, oh, I missed the box. and I
But
gotta do
Jason
it
wants to
again.
know a purchase of anything from the store, or is it? I mean, because I don't even know how the deal works exactly. Like, how are you guys deciding who gets a sticker?
Did we
is
have
it
a
any
dollar
purchase?
amount set for that?
No,
All
just any
purchases.
purchase. Any purchase from the store, you're
Okay,
gonna
but
get a sticker.
don't buy stickers and then buy
Don't
another order
buy
of stickers.
5 orders of stickers.
And if you buy stickers, you're likely getting unsigned stickers.
Yes,
You're not buying a bunch
getting
of signed
unsigned
stickers.
If you ask for stickers, you're getting unsigned.
It's not like a
stickers,
baseball card pack where you're, you know.
Right.
But it's like if you buy a shirt, you will open up the package from the shirt and have a sticker inside
Stickers
it
will go boom.
that will be signed
Like a sticker bomb.
by Aaron or somebody. Oh, and they're also actual Sharks players. You guys haven't signed any, right?
It's not getting laid, is it? Jeez.
Oh, man.
So anyway, hey, you know what? Again, thank you
Off the
guys
rails.
so much for tuning in. Thank you everybody who gave us some super chat money. We really do appreciate it. It does go a very long way, no matter how much you give, and we certainly do appreciate it, no matter what the amount. So thank you for that. Follow us on Instagram at FinFactor. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The FinFactor. Visit the store, obviously. Don't forget the coupon code Playoff Mode. And anything else there you want to?
We'll be back in 2 days.
Monday night.
2 nights.
Monday night is early game, so we might be on a little earlier.
I think we'll be on at 10 instead of 10:30 because the game should be over earlier because it's starting earlier.
Okay. Cool.
half an hour early.
And you'll know because if you've subscribed, ding,
Subscribe,
then
hit
you'll
that
get the
notification.
notification. Well, you have to hit the notification. Oh, $13.97.
So
So
close.
you'll get the notification in your email inbox, whenever. And I mean, the nice thing about subscribing to us is we don't spam you with too much stuff. So it's not like you're gonna see something every day, just like hitting your inbox and being really annoying. It's
Well,
really
if you like shark stuff, you'll get shark
it's
stuff.
when we go on live or when we have an episode. That's pretty much it. We're not gonna blast you with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you guys are
So-
actually doing a lot more now than you had been during the regular season.
Right,
So expect more content now.
Yeah. So
So.
again, thank you for
Is
all
it
of
Sunday,
that.
not Monday? I thought it was Monday because it's
So
a
it's
2-day.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
So
'cause-
don't watch Game of Thrones. Watch us.
Wait, I'm so confused. I thought they had 2 days off now.
No, one
For
day.
travel.
No, one day.
They're not basketball.
Yeah.
They play every other day.
Oh my god.
So thank
Told
you
you, I am-
guys
I am
for all of
fantastic.
your comments and your questions and everything else. We love having you guys on here.
Thank you.
make this show possible. You make it fun. Thank you for that. So we will see you guys.
On Sunday.
Oh my goodness, Sunday.
2 days.
All right. That's it. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye.